In this video, I'll show you how to send the Off2Class Placement Test, which is a great thing to send to new students so that you can get an excellent idea of both their language strengths and their weaknesses so that you can design a customized course for them. Our placement test will match every error that your student makes up with one of the lessons from our library for a personalized course. Here's how to send it. To get to the placement test, simply hover over the teacher menu and click Placement Test. This page will give you some information in general about the placement test. To assign it, simply click the green button at the top of the screen that says Assign Test. Once you click this, you'll have a choice. You can either assign the placement test to an existing student, or you can create a new student and assign the placement test to the prospective student. In most cases, this is probably how you will create your new student accounts, by sending a brand new student the placement test even before you meet them. In this case, I'll click on Prospective Student and I'll fill out their information. Once I click Add Student, it will ask me which elements of the placement test I would like to send. Here I can see it says Read Me before assigning, and this contains helpful information about the placement test. For example, the placement test contains one compulsory grammar section. That means that everyone must take the grammar section. Scroll down to see more detail about each of the sections, including time limits and descriptions. I can click over here which sections I would like to assign, and it will change the estimated time to complete the overall test as I select or deselect these options. I'm going to select every section and click on Send Test. And once I do that, I get a confirmation that the placement test has been sent. One thing that's important to keep in mind is that when you create your student, you have to click yes or no in this box and choose to send a copy of the login credentials to the student. By default, this is set as no, which means my student by default will not receive an email telling them that their placement test has been assigned. I will need to contact them with their login information. If I change this dialog to yes, the student will receive an email with a link to click and their login credentials. However, whether or not the student receives an email, the student can always log in to Off2Class and begin their test from there. When the student completes their test, you'll get a notification, and we'll show you what it looks like from there in the next video.